I feel like it's too early at 10 a.m. to be doing this. But you know, it low-key surprises me how much not of a bum I can be when I actually have shit to do. Like, I don't know, during the holidays I wake up at like a 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. average, but school time, the moment my alarm rings at 5:45, I cannot help but like get myself to wake up. I literally jump up to go put out my alarm, and whenever I actually don't turn up within like 5 minutes, either my helper or my mom is like, oh, something's wrong, you know, and then they have to go look for me. Especially because I get really, really sensitive about my bedtime as well. Wait, I was gonna draw my OCs. Wait, that's midnight. Okay, I'll go with Nova and Sony. Is her bangs on the left or the right side? Okay, Sony. No. This is Akio. I'm not drawing Sony because she doesn't seem like she doesn't seem like the type to wear one. That's it basically. And when my dad was talking to me, right, and I was like, you're gonna draw one character in 3 hours. He's like, no, I have more than one character. And he was like, oh, I don't know, you only draw those 2 characters. And he was apparently referring to Midnight and Akio, which is actually pretty accurate. like I only post those 2 characters because digital wise, I don't draw a lot other than Sony, Akio, and Midnight. And yeah. Wait, okay, so the context for the cheongsam, I'm pretty sure most of my friends know, but like I went to Chinatown for like the first time in my life yesterday to buy, yeah, because of CCA, and they're like, yeah, we need you to wear a cheongsam, but like honestly anything is okay, even the male attire, cause like as long as it's traditional Chinese. But you know what, I haven't worn one since I was like 9, so I'm just yeah, okay, wait. I have one for everyone because I did try on a few and take photos because I'm indecisive as shit, okay. But basically the final choice was between this dark emerald green one and this light pink one, and like low-key, I don't know, I get influenced really easily by other people's opinions, so maybe I shouldn't have asked them to ask people for me about which one I should get. But I did end up doing that, and you know what, it's okay. I think people's opinions are like good, you know. I ended up getting the one that most of them voted for, which is the pink one. The emerald green one contrasted really well with my skin tone though, but whatever. I'm what the freak was that stutter? I'm gonna give that one to Akio. Yes. Okay, and I'm gonna give Midnight the one that I didn't choose, which is like kind of weird, but like it suits her eye color, I think. Oh my days. I can tell that my dad is listening to this because I can hear my own voice from like the other room over. This is low-key embarrassing, but it's okay. I'm having fun. Okay, wait, what was I talking about? Ah, yes. Anyway, this one is the green one with the butterflies, which I didn't pick because it looked crowded to me. Not that other ones weren't crowded, but it was like less contrastingly crowded. And it matches her eyes because she has green eyes. Why does Midnight have green eyes? I have no idea. But did you... Okay, only real ones, only OGs know this, okay? But she used to have green tips in her hair, like Midnight specifically, because of the fact that I was really into Hanako. I was so into Hanako. And Yashiro had like the light green tips, and I was like, haha, neon green tips, why the freak did I think that was a good idea? Oh my goodness. But basically you can see in like my old Midnight art that she has neon green tips for her purple hair. I'll crash out. Okay, my height means that the cheongsam reaches that low. I don't know like how low it was supposed to reach, but it does actually reach that low on me specifically. So I'm just Yeah, I don't know. Okay, oh, are they all on the same layer? Oh, I did not. Okay, whatever, then why is this here? Does not matter. Anyway, after I do this one sketch, I think I'm gonna like move to umamusume OCs. Cause I haven't done that. Like I picked the names and all that, but I haven't done it, and I haven't watched the umamusume movie that I told my friend I was gonna watch either. I was a little busy. Okay, but everyone's busy and I'm always busy, and people tell me to check out movies, and I literally ask people for names of movies, and I'm like, okay, I'll go watch, and I never go freaking watch. It has butterflies all over basically, so it's not very complex of a pattern. I'm just gonna swatch the colors, then like go off. This is the base of the color, and I think their butterflies are like, that's not the color. Wait, a bit yellower. Yeah, a bit more. Okay, yeah, I think this color is good. Okay, and her eyes are specifically this color, but her eyes do change like from illustration to illustration, so like I just go off by vibes. I don't know, her color also changes. Like, okay, next one. There's no other stuff, right? Wait, their clothes has like a small, you can see the line here where they folded it in and then sewed it in. It's like a bit less translucent. Okay. Also, hi to the person who in chat. Am I allowed to name drop you? I'm so confused. Name dropping is low-key weird, but also I do it all the same time, whether on accident or not. Anyway, yeah, so yesterday we went to Chinatown, and we read the fortunes, and oh my days, sometimes I'm like, why are you like this to my mom? But also I mean it in like the most affectionate way possible, as in like never change. You know, we are in IKEA, what's it freaking called? And there was like that one hand model where like you can like change the shape of the hand. The first thing she did was made it point the middle finger. I'm not even joking. Like, okay, you know, okay, whatever, never change. I appreciate this part of her that's like, you know what, growing up is just a label. Who actually grows up? Okay. Not to say that she isn't a grown up. She's grown up with like a strict-ish moral compass. Yes. But anyway, we were reading the fortunes yesterday, right? And okay, I fumble a lot when reading, and I think you can tell by how halfway through talking and rambling, I'm already like fumbling my words, right? But basically, we were there, and I was reading their stuff. Okay, I was reading, and I wanted to read social life. I was reading social life. My tongue stumbled. Okay, hi Avery. Avery? How is that pronounced? Please give me like like one of those things on Google where you have like the thing with the slash with the other thing with the slash. Okay, yeah, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, I was reading social life, and then my tongue slipped, so instead of making so, I went se before I choked on the C, because I realized I was about to say second. But my mom right next to me, she goes sexual. What the flip? We are in broad flipping daylight. What in the ever loving sexual? Where did sexual come from? I'm so, oh, okay, whatever.
Sama siapa?
Ngomong sendiri
Michael
sama teman. Sexual.
Kena marah.
Oh, crash out. IKEA. Oh, IKEA. I think my parents pronounce it as IKEA, so I've been pronouncing it as IKEA. But then I realized that all my friends pronounce it as IKEA, and it's like, oh, IKEA. Oh, that's crazy. Oh yeah, anyway, sexual? What the hell? Oh my goodness. I was so shocked. I wanted to crash out. And why is her hand that long? Okay, up till now, I'm still not very proficient in drawing hands, but I love drawing hands. They're fun to draw. Anyway, yeah, sexual. I was like, oh, maybe this is why her favorite character is flipping Kakashi from Naruto. But also, she apparently did not know that Kakashi from Naruto read porn books in public. So, you know what? I will give her, like, the benefit of a doubt that she genuinely didn't know that Kakashi read porn books in public. But oh my goodness, in broad flipping daylight, around juniors, seniors, every flipping person, in battle, if the battle is dull enough, he will literally pull out his book to fight while reading it. IKEA? Who says IKEA as IKEA? Oh, that's funny. That's interesting. That's funny. In broad flipping daylight, flipping hatake Kakashi. Anyway, I've been getting back into Naruto. Like I relapsed Naruto at this beginning of the year, and then I somehow fell into like a random One Piece spree where I read like 30 chapters in like one sitting, and then I did not touch it again, which I do for a lot of manga, low-key. I binge till I catch up, but I didn't catch up to One Piece, obviously. That's like what, 1,120 plus chapters. I don't know, 50 plus 60, 1,160 is chapters. Avery. Okay, noted. Hi Avery. Wow, that sounds incredibly strange to pronounce your name as. Okay, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, back to Naruto. So I had like that moment. Oh yeah, by the way, I don't think people know this, but before Midnight was created, which was like when I was 13, my Sona was actually Akio, and like my dad was the one who named Akio. Okay. Her face is a guitar pick. That's not relevant. Now colors. Her hair is black. Where's the emerald green? I didn't realize that people regularly color drop till someone was like, you don't color drop? And I was like, oh. But I guess it's kind of good that I got used to not color dropping. I like being able to pick colors out more or less by the eye, but obviously I'm not like very good at it. Like if you ask me, I'm not very good at it. I'm like at it. Anyway, this is like so close to my actual skin tone. So yeah, that was the color of the flower petals that were on the dress, which is why I was like, wait a minute, this matches my skin tone so well. But in the photograph itself, it looks like a lot like darker, the emerald green. So I think in person there is this, like when it hits the light properly, I think it's like, okay wait, a bit bluer, like that light. So it's a lot lighter than the color that it appears as on photo, which is like here. You see the difference? When it hits the light, by the way. So this is not the same color, but like tone wise, I don't think it's super different. It's just about the saturation. Oh, color pick for reference sheets. Then, okay, yeah, wait, that makes a lot of sense actually. Okay, well then I don't know who was the one who was like, you don't color pick, but interesting enough. What was I gonna say? Also, that is... What is pretty... Oh, okay, the colors. Also, that is also your YouTube handle, if I remember correctly. But I'm like 90% sure I'm remembering correctly. And then the last one is Nova. Let's switch to red. Maroon. Yesterday I searched up for the first time in my life the difference between maroon and burgundy, to which I was like, who? Maroon is warmer than burgundy? How interesting. I feel like I have too many characters with bangs. and like only one character curtain bangs, despite the fact that I had curtain bangs longer than I had like side bangs. And even now I feel like I'm low-key growing out my curtain bangs back into side bangs. Like, what was I? Is this what Nova looks like? I don't even know what my own Sam OC looks like. That's crazy shit, bro. Okay. But low-key, I feel like Nova is low-key similar to how I look in real life if I had to turn myself into a character that did not look like me. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, maroon and burgundy are different colors. Like, this is... Wait. This is maroon, okay? And for clarification purposes, this is closer to burgundy. Either this or like this is burgundy. And then around here is plum. Oh wait, no, this is still burgundy. Plum is a bit more. Yeah, wait. Plum. Yeah. So maroon, burgundy, plum, whatever. Yeah, wrong freaking tool. Yeah, delete. Delete. Okay. Anyway, I never did finish my OOTD that one time, outfit of the day thingy, cause I was gonna do it for an entire week, but I think I stopped at like around the weekend. I did it for 5 days and I stopped cause like I don't know why. I like drawing noses, but I used to not have any noses in my art other than like shading and then line, which is interesting. And her nose is a bit big, but whatever, who cares? Smile. Yeah, smile. Smile and smile. Why is no one with their teeth? Your teeth aren't there? Why is this brush bigger than I expected it to be? Grr. Delete. Okay, anyway, what was I gonna say? I'm gonna go back to talking about Naruto. Okay, so I relapsed into Naruto, right? And Kakashi freaking hatake. I'm about to drop like spoilers, but I don't think any of you guys care because none of you guys are like into Naruto. Or like are planning to watch it, and like, oh my days, don't watch it, low-key don't watch it, read the manga. I always advocate for reading the manga more than watching the anime, cause unless you want to watch the fillers, I like watching the fillers, but some of the fillers like kind of make the characters like not very in character anymore, and I'm like, hey, that person would not do that, girl. Like, you know how in Harry Potter the books, Ron is actually like he does shit basically, but in the movie he's just like that one guy who and like a lot of his stuff is taken by Hermione instead. And like, oh, okay. Not that I don't love Hermione, but like I didn't read the book, so I only know like from what other people tell me about it, so correct me if I'm wrong, I guess. Not different, but like those fish should not have different names. Exactly. Cause like we're not that superstitious, but we're looking at like the colors for the what's that called? For the colors for the color the colors for each zodiac animal, right? For each zodiac animal, and it was like, oh, what the? That's crazy. Anyway, she gets white heels cause I white heels. But also, is this like bad culture if I give her pants? Whatever, she gets pants as well cause I say so. Pants, grr. Okay, because Sony can't be here to like I like pants. What was I gonna say? Yeah. And we were searching the colors that were like okay for each animal for like 2026. We're not that superstitious, but apparently usually my ama is the one who searches it and then tells us or like buys the clothes with us. So like that's why this time we had to search it on our own. I was like, huh, I did not know that info. But yeah, and they're like burgundy, and my parents were like, hey, you there, you know colors. Can this pass off as burgundy or maroon? I was like, what the hell is the difference between those? Yeah, we all like pens. Pens are awesome. Oh my days, you know I saw this one post timescape Nami fan art where she was Nami One Piece by the way, she was wearing the most amazing flare pens ever. I was like, I love flare pens. I love flare pens. Flare pens are so cool. I'm like, I don't know if they're still in style, but they should be, okay? They will forever be like cool. Okay, this particular dress has like a lot, and I mean a lot of flowers and details. So like, I don't know when I'll finish this, which is why I'm going off to do the sketch for like the umamusume OCs instead. I still can't believe the person who introed me to umamusume was my uncle when we were staying in Jakarta out of nowhere, bro. I feel like this should be a bit more desaturated. Desaturated. By the way, tone curve is like an absolute freaking cheat code, bro. Like, what in the world? I feel like my art would be like demoted by like 10 steps if it weren't for tone curve, and that makes me kind of sad that I can't just like automatically get like the colors that I would like colors to have without tone curve. But like, it's okay, I'll get there eventually if I keep drawing. Which is also like, bro, low-key I feel like I have a bigger inferiority superiority complex than I should have. I don't know. What is it? Also, I'm wearing batik. Batik! I used to have batik, then I outgrew it. Then my mom gave me her batik, but it's a bit too big for me, so it looks kind of awkward on me. And yes, batik is always fun. I love batik so much. I don't know why we don't have any. Anyway, yeah, I want to do a separate sketch where like I have all of them in like a row. Wait, with CNY in the back. Let's get the letters out of the way first. C N Y, and then we center the letters. Centered. And then do we add a horse, or can we add the horse later on? But I don't know how to draw horses. Wait, I have a horse on like my CNY t-shirt, which we all just got as like a bundle of 5, and Michael is the only one that's like a different color because of his thingy thing. Oh, that is not what a horse looks like. Oh my days. My Little Pony years have failed me. Something. That horse. What was I talking about? Naruto, CNY, horses. Ah, yes. I didn't actually finish my Christmas drawing in time for Christmas, which makes me sad, so I'll just leave it for next Christmas, I guess. Wait, how many layers is this? 1 layer. Oh, that's why it has more than 2 layers. I really hate having a lot of layers in my drawing. Like, I don't care if it makes it more efficient later down the road. If I have anatomical issues, I can't be bothered with enough layers. I will get them mixed up eventually, so I might as well just merge them as soon as I'm done with them. Okay, or like just not create them at all. I don't care. Yeah, no. Okay, wait. Tangerines. I like tangerines. That's such a random thing to sing out of nowhere. I like singing. I wanna go karaoke with my friends again. I don't know. I wanna sing more Japanese songs. I wanna sing Writing on the Walls with my friend again. That was fun. I wanna do so many things in life. Life is crazy. But low-key can't be bothered. But low-key I would bother. But low-key can't be bothered. Ah yes, the guys, is my anatomy perfect or what? Don't answer that. Please don't answer that. I'll crash out if you tell me it isn't. I won't, but like, oh yeah, back to my inferiority superiority complex. My mom listened to exactly one recording of my stream and I was like, you know, you talk really unstructuredly. I was like, yeah, I know. I am not suited for structured talk at all. I cannot structure talks. I cannot talk. Which like, maybe that's why I'm not suited for being a teacher, low-key. Oh yeah, back to my superiority inferiority complex, which I'm not even sure I have. What does that imply? What is a superiority? Right, I'm so sad. oh, you draw at night and the dark, so tone curve. Yes! I love tone curve. And yeah, the color perception is so damn real. What do you mean by thingy ting ting? I forgot what I was saying when I said thingy ting ting. I read comments in reverse though. Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. Maybe I should be reading it in inverse. Reverse, verse, verse, reverse. Eee. Why is the hair the part that I messed up of the freaking anatomy? Okay, whatever. Anyway, my color picking is the reason why my colors are so damn random. Like, sometimes as shadow for Midnight's hair, I will have it be like dark purple and out of nowhere it's like freaking pink or blue. But like, I don't know, I'll mix it up later and it'll turn out bomb as always. My art is bomb as always, trust. Blatant confidence in things I shouldn't be confident in is my specialty. It's my specialty. Okay, what was I talking about? The inferiority superiority complex. What does that imply? What does that even mean? But like low-key, sometimes I'm glad that like people in my family don't do art, mostly because I would feel so sad if I had like literally nothing that was my specialty in my family, bro. But I shouldn't really feel that way. But it's just like a thing that I feel either way. And honestly, sometimes I feel like I'd be happier if I had someone in my family to do art with, but at the same time, this is my specialty, bro. Literally, what do I have if I'm not like good at this one thing? Which is also not somehow like the way I should be thinking. Like, there's more to me than like what I can draw, bro. But whatever. Thoughts are stupid. Thoughts are important, but also stupid. I think a lot of stupid things in my life. Okay, but my brother used to draw, okay, and like, though he didn't draw humans, like, he would draw stickmen, right? But I absolutely loved playing battleships with him, where he would draw battleships and I would draw battleships, and mine would come out, like, significantly worse, but it was so fun. It was so fun. But we didn't have money, and a waste of paper is a waste of paper. I don't know, stuff. But okay, I don't know if people know this, but actually the reason why I even like got into art low-key is because when we didn't have money for coloring books, my mom would like just draw stuff for me to color and then I would color them in. I was like, oh my days, this shit's so cool. And yeah, that's how I got into art, guys. Story of my life. What are they talking about outside? I don't know. I hope they're not talking about me. Feeling good about being special. Okay, that's true. Okay, that's true, but okay, I can still be bummed. I can't believe I swatched the colours at the side only to not use the colour swatches. Can't be bothered, it's okay. And I might change the cheongsam midway just like to see how I like it better. Her head shape is kinda wonk. By the way, this is counted as my sketch there. How much time do I have left? Help. Hey, my mom is nice. What the frick do you mean by that? What was I saying? Yeah, my mom is nice. What the frick do you mean by that? Yeah, exactly. You take that back, you little shit. Okay, yeah. What was I gonna say? What was I gonna say? I make way too much random noises, I feel. Anyway, yeah, I was gonna go back to that. Okay, wait, so basically no one else in my family draws, right? But low-key, it kind of feels like I'm not gonna be good at a lot of things because of my insane lack of diligence in anything. Like, if I have any common interest with my younger brother specifically, he will surpass me in, like, very soon. Up till recently, okay, he beat me in like an arm wrestle like just like 2 weeks ago, and I knew it was gonna happen. He's literally taller than me. He's a guy. There are so many reasons I don't work out. He is in like scouts, so he has like PT, physical training. So yes, I knew it was gonna happen, but like, he's 4 years younger than me. He's 4 years younger than me. Rubik's Cube, we both started cubing, right? But he's far more diligent than me, so he's been under 1 minute for like quite a while. I have not, like, at all. And I'm also okay with that. It is like deserved, bro. I don't do enough to like warrant being like jealous about this shit. I don't do enough with my life, but I'm so sad that I don't do enough with my life. But I do have like my guitaring and stuff. I have my guitaring and stuff, and none of my other like people in my family do that. But it's kind of like sad that the only things that I can like be good in my family are mostly because no one else in my family does them. You get what I'm saying? But it's also kind of stupid to think like that. Like, I know these things are all stupid to think about, but Okay, wait. What other things do people hold? You know what? She can hold the gold bar. Okay, I think I'm like unconsciously going based off of like the stuff that I saw the zodiac animals going like holding yesterday. How do they hold this? Thumb. Okay, wait. Trust the process, guys. Trust the process. I can't believe this is my flipping sketch layer, bruh. Emerald green, so a bit more turquoise than down. I liked this one also because my pendant thingy, which is like I got from my catechist, just managed to like go directly there. I was like, oh my days. But okay, yeah. I picked the majority vote. I get influenced really easily. Same thing happened for like my prom dress actually, in which I asked exactly 4 friends, and my parents, okay, so I had like a dark colored one and a light colored one, similar to like my pink and my emerald green right now, right? And so I went to ask like exactly 4 people, but the first 2 that replied, they both said the white one as well, and so I was like, okay, then that one. And the last 2 people that replied, they replied like after I already bought the white one, and they were like, I like the dark colored one. It's more you. And I was like, okay. I don't know. But I actually am grateful that I ended up with the light colored one, because I went to the prom thing, right? And I saw someone who was like wearing the exact like the dark colored one there, and it wouldn't have been awkward if they weren't like exactly 2 tables away from me, and also my classmate who I had like, I don't know, I don't think it's that bad to like be matching dresses with some random person, but it is a bit awkward to be matching dresses with like your classmate who you don't talk to at all. But I don't know, it's just some weird me thing, I think. I don't think anyone actually gives a crap. Oh, that is not orange. That's not orange. That's not orange at all. Okay, yeah. That gold thingy thing. Guys, trust the process. I know my art looks kinda ass right now, but it's okay. Pretend that I made this like out of paper mache, and it'll start looking really good. Yeah. You render a sketch there enough. It's not rendered. It's not rendered. I'm just like laying down my base colors. And like if I didn't have a sketch layer, I can count this as my sketch layer, right? I do this in real time because I'm used to it. I think everyone can do it if they get used to it. Mbak, tadi mama papa lagi ngomong apa ya?
Mana aku tahu?
Aww.
Talking about the new stuff.
What's on the news? Tell me. What's on the news, Michael?
I also don't know. But if they're still talking about yesterday's news, then I know what it is.
What about the news, Mama? I don't know. Michael said you guys were talking about the news. Oh shit, I name dropped him.
The ICE agent in America shot a citizen.
Huh?
Oh yeah, that's yesterday's one.
Yeah.
Oh.
But they kind of like analyze from different videos.
Oh. That's crazy. Are you still playing your Super Mario Mon? Okay, noted. Okay, so basically Mario Mon is like Mario but Pokemon, and low-key, I feel like if I was my younger brother's age, I too would be playing Mario Mon. Like, I can't judge him for this, bro. It's literally like 2 of my childhoods combined into one. Oh, that's what that is. Wow. Aren't too helpful, by the way. I'm like, my bad. I can't keep track of the conversations I'm having at all. Michael, do you know who helpful? I name dropped again. I want to stop name dropping, but I can't stop name dropping. Marigo, one stream without name dropping. Challenge failed again. I do this for myself every freaking time I stream. Go one stream without name dropping. I don't. I never do. I'm like, oh my goodness. I love red eyes. I love red eyes. I love red eyes. I love red eyes. You can tell so much that this is like she's like Hanako based just by the fact that her pupils look like that. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I was Hanako obsessed when I made Akio and Midnight. And now I'm obviously less Hanako obsessed and it's all the haters and oh please come back Hanako. But yeah. Okay. One person left. Wait, I'm not sure if this is the appropriate height for Akio, but it's okay. Maybe Midnight standing on a stool. Midnight is definitely standing on a stool. The height difference isn't big enough. Oh my days, how I feel next to my short friends. I mean my tall friends, I don't have short friends. Wait, I do have short friends. Sorry, short friends. I did not mean to like erase you from existence for like a few milliseconds. Because whatever I say is the truth. Oh my days, my freaking ego is the size of the moon sometimes. The size of the sun? Oh my days, which color am I... Which character am I doing? Me forgetting my character's skin tones yet again. I think she should be a bit more tan actually. Like, okay, I know Sony wasn't as tan inside like her character sheet, yes. But also that is like an alien stage AU where they are literally kept under the artificial sun. So think about that. Yes, I have reasons for everything, even if I bullshit them. Okay, back to Kakashi. Oh my goodness, that man reads porn in freaking broad daylight. Freaking broad daylight. I'm so sick of his... Okay, but... Did I not intro you into a shorter friend? Yeah, exactly, yeah. The Hanako, dude, there's 5 people here. Okay, all the time, bro. What did I do all the time? Oh, my ego being the size of the moon. It's not all the time. I have great self-depreciating moments every once in a while. You know this shit, bro. What are you talking about? Okay, who was I? Was I Kakashi? Again. Me trying to talk about one specific character but derailing into like 10, 20 other things is like regular. It's so regular, I'm sick of it. Okay. Okay, what was I talking about? Kakashi! Okay, so major spoilers for everyone. Okay, I'm gonna start in chronological order of his childhood. So he is from the Hatake clan and his father is Sakumo Hatake, right? Okay. This is all like swell and neat, and then his dad flipping dies on him, but he killed himself basically. And he killed himself because he was being shunned by the rest of the village, and the reason he was being shunned by the rest of the village was because he abandoned his mission in order to save his comrades. Genuinely, why is Konoha its biggest opponent, bro? It drives one of its strongest members to kill themselves. Doesn't give support to its own Jinchuriki. When you look at all the other hidden villages, right, they actually protect their tailed beasts. Meanwhile, you have Naruto literally stared at like he's a monster and at risk of Bakahatsuing exploding like all the time. Okay, not really at risk of the seal, but literally people would like shun him because they thought he was at risk of going feral at any moment, which is so stupid. Because why do you think he would be more at risk of going feral if he was emotionally stable or emotionally unstable? And do you think he would be more emotionally stable if you gave him actual friggin' child support maybe? SPMO, bro. Oh my days, their support system is so freaking bad. The orphans they have like the such minimal allowance that literally he's like at a growing developing age, going on missions and training, and he has an entire episode about having diarrhea like every 5 seconds because he didn't have anything but expired food with him, and literally no one was checking on the orphans, and you know Sasuke, right? His entire clan was massacred by his older brother. And they just left him in that estate for a good amount of time before he moved out. Like, no, you don't leave the kid by himself in the estate where his entire family was killed. What is wrong with you? Oh my goodness. That's the shinobi way. That's the will of fire. Don't bullshit my ass, bro. That is not the will of fire. That is not the shinobi way. You should provide child support for your children, bro. Am I crashing out over a freaking kids show? Okay. I'm back to normal. Okay, so Kakashi, right? Because of his dad freaking killing himself and leaving him to find the body, he hanged himself, by the way, in his own freaking estate. Exactly. It's a trope that I flipping hate. Okay, it's a trope I flipping hate. Okay. Okay, so Kakashi grows up being like, okay, the mission comes first. I don't give a freak about my comrades. Rules are rules, and every shinobi must follow the shinobi code, must follow the shinobi rule because of what happened to my dad. Okay, and because of this, he grows up and he develops like a superiority complex because he is a prodigy, okay? He's like a genuine, legitimate prodigy, and his dad was a prodigy too, bro. So, okay, Konoha has these like things called the legendary Sanin, right? Which is Tsunade, Jiraiya, and Orochimaru. Orochimaru defected from the village. Jiraiya has been out gambling and being a story writer and peeping on every freaking woman's side of the hot spring ever. Like, oh my days. I high-key dislike gag characters that are like actual like peeping toms. Like, why is this necessary thing to add, bro? Like Kakashi, at least he just reads porn in public, you know. At least he don't go like peeping into like women's hot springs, bro. I would not go to a public hot spring ever if I was in Konoha, just saying. Like, ew, I don't like the gag, bro. Why is this even a gag that exists, bro? Okay, whatever. Eh, why is she not holding anything? Oop. I got so distracted speaking that I forgot to do this. I got so distracted crashing out, actually. Okay. Oop, need eraser. Cannot use white color. Later background cannot color. Yes, so smart, Mari. I name dropped myself. No. How many minutes do I have left? Less than 20. I didn't even get to my umamusume OCs. I'm so pissed. Okay, back to... Nani the freak was I talking about? Okay, back to Kakashi. Yeah, so he grows up being like, rules are rules. And okay, the legendary Sanin and Sakumo Hatake, right? Literally, Minato, which is the 4th Hokage, was there's rumors that Sakumo was like on track to being the Hokage himself, by the way. And they literally, the 4th Hokage was like, Sakumo was one of the greatest shinobi to ever live, and he was better than even the legendary 3 Sanin. But also, they supposedly weren't in their prime at that age. But I'm not sure, cause like the timeline is really out of whack for me, who like was going through that series when I was like 11-ish. Oh wait, I meant to give her a fan, not a fan of Hong Bao's. I don't think I should draw her with a fan of Hong Bao's. Ish. Okay, bad fan. I need to like get a reference photo of fan, like, before I do this. I think the fan should be like a gradient, you know what I mean? A gradient of, actually maybe I should be white. Yeah, white, wait, that's not a good color of white. It's not like, you can't separate it from the dress. Okay, this shade of white, which is not white but blue, with the freaking flowers all over the red. Yeah, classic cool fan. Yes. Why am I like this? Okay, so what was I talking about? I need to drink water. Japanese has such a deep fascination. Exactly. Why? But okay, whatever. So Sakumo Hatake hangs himself in his estate, leaving Kakashi to find him. Then he grows up to be rules are rules. Minato, the fourth Hokage, also Naruto's father, ends up becoming his Jonin teacher because, okay, let me explain the system. Okay, you are kid go academy, kid become genin, kid take chunin exam. No wait, before that, kid get put in team of 3. Team of 3 get 1 Jonin sensei. Jonin sensei bring them on low rank mission. Rank mission go from D to S. Mission can range from oh my days getting secret intel to oh my days catching a cat that your neighbor lost. They really use us for everything, don't they? Oh, her eyes are so fugly. Ooh. Okay, sorry. I had to switch out of the fill thing cause low-key her eyes are like one of the hardest for me to draw. I don't know why. I'm not used to drawing eyes of this shape. All my other characters' eyes are like a bit more like uppies. Like they upturn instead of downturn. Yeah, she fugly. Her eye fugly. She fudged up. I botched her face. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Nova. This is not on purpose. I'll leave you like this. I'm sorry, Nova. I didn't mean this to happen to you specifically, but it happened to like you specifically. Yippee! Yippee! Glasses. Wait, I regret it so much. I'm leaving this like this. Okay, so we did this, and he did this, and umamusume time before I forget. Okay, so back to the names. But it's my Kabura pen. Wait, I was talking about Kakashi Hatake. Okay, yeah. So Minato is his teacher. He gets put in a Jonin team with Obito Uchiha. Yes, the clan that gets massacred, the clan that Kakashi is from. Ikar de Sartakui. I don't know if that's how you spell it. Sartuk. But I'll leave it as that. And you have Aries Nova, which is these two are actual horses. This is like a French thingy, and I don't know how to draw French girls. Literally, my brain is. But the only thing I have that is French is oui baguette, croissant, and paint me like one of your French girls. Oh my days, that's all I have in my brain. Okay, so back to like back to the thing. So and the last one is Rin. Rin is a medical ninja, which always begged the question, why Kakashi with like his Sharingan that he got from Obito? Wait, that's a spoiler. I was going in chronological order, I swear. Okay, so what was I saying? Okay, so basically, Kakashi is very rules are rules. Rin gets kidnapped on like the first mission that Kakashi is left to lead without Minato, because by then he gets promoted to Jonin. Because I explained the power things yesterday, right? I mean just now, right? So you have Genin, then Chunin, then Tokubetsu Jonin. Tokubetsu means special, basically, which is like Jonin, but they only have like one specialty, as opposed to like being an all-rounder. Other Jonin should be all-rounders, but it's like not at the same level as Kakashi, because Kakashi, by the time he's like in his prime, is like one of like the elite forces, you know, like, yeah. And if you get like a specific name like Kakashi of the Sharingan or Friend Killer Kakashi, those are actual names, by the way. It means you're like special enough, like high key. That's why Sakumo's one was like White Fang of the Hidden Leaf. Hidden Leaf village is Konoha, by the way. Konoha Gakure for its full name. Yeah. Minato was the yellow flash because he had this jutsu, which is so zen cool, by the way. He would literally have this certain teleportation seal on his kunai, right? So he throws his kunai, but his kunai is like different from standard issue kunai. It looks like these thingies, the one that Raphael TMNT uses. Okay, and so he has like a seal on that, right? So he throws it at his opponent. His opponent obviously dodges, but then he teleports using the jutsu to end up like right on top of them. So he here, okay, and then he uses his hand to Rasengan right on top of their spinal cord, and then they die. A seal, like you know, like the talisman shit. It looks like a talisman, which is like what Shaoran uses when in like Cardcaptor Sakura, another one of my childhood shows. Oh my days, can I stop derailing? What was I doing? What am I doing with my life genuinely? How many minutes do I have left? Less than 10. Yeah. Okay, so what was I doing? Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah. So his first mission, right? Rin gets kidnapped. And Kakashi, even though Rin is his friend, who literally on his birthday gifted him a medical kit so that he can keep safe, is like, he's just like, no, we have to complete the mission. Those are the rules. Gah! Okay? And so Obito was like, fine, you thought I'm gonna go save Rin myself. But at this time, Obito like has not awakened his Sharingan. He's like a clumsy character, honestly. And parallels are drawn between him and Naruto. But Naruto is like more because he has the QB in him, right? So he struggles a lot with chakra control, or like even getting the chakra out in the first place, because the QB is sealed, which means he has a seal over a vast majority of his chakra. And he has to undo the seal to be able to manipulate it better. But even then, he's still a very clumsy character, like class clown, because of the lack of the attention that he got. Okay, so what was I talking about? Yeah, so Obito tries and goes saves Rin, almost gets killed in the process. Actually, Rin gets saved, but he gets trapped under like a pile of rubble. Okay, so this is Obito. He has goggles, by the way, and like it's such a Naruto used to wear goggles before he got his first hitayate, which is the forehead protector, and literally rock, and like blood. And so Obito is like, Kakashi, today's your birthday, right? I will give you my Sharingan, because during this battle he actually awakened his Sharingan for the first time. And the Sharingan is low-key a cheat code, bro. It has Genjutsu in it. Wait, is Genjutsu only for Mangekyo? Okay, so you have Sharingan and you have Mangekyo Sharingan. But before Sharingan, okay, wait, let me draw the Sharingan, guys. So you have the Sharingan, right? You have Ichi Tomoe, Ni and San, 3 Tomoe. Okay, and this is the most like each Uchiha gets eyelashes cause I'm a diva. Okay. But that's not the point. sorry. I got sidetracked. And then you have Mangekyo, which is like okay, Mangekyo will actually look different for each person, which is why so little people like ever unlock it. Also because you like have to suffer a lot before you get Mangekyo. Like Mangekyo, you usually get it when you get traumatized. Itachi Uchiha gets Mangekyo like I think a day before he massacres his clan under the orders of Anbu, but I'm not sure if he was in Root. Okay, so Root is basically a faction of Anbu, which was like planning treason against the Hokage. The Hokage is like the official leader, by the way. And yeah, so planning treason against the Hokage, right? And the Hokage is just like okay, by Danzo, because this guy wanted to be Hokage, so he plans to overthrow, right? So Root is actually a faction within Anbu, which is kind of like FBI, but isn't FBI, and they all have like these masks with a different animal and cool markings, but they're also all traumatized. So Root is like, instead of loyalty to the Hokage, they get trained for loyalty to Danzo. Okay, so it's like a mini faction inside FBI. Wow, if that trope hasn't been used before. But also Naruto is old, so maybe at that time it really hadn't been used before. What do French girls look like, dog? What do umamusume characters look like, dog? Umamusume. I like collars. I like turtlenecks. Yeah. Umamusume. Oh, why they all running in skirts and long socks? Okay. Okay, Ikar desartuk whatever satak. I need to like Google search how to no, I forgot it was still like that. I forgot there was still free transform. Why is it flipped? I didn't mean for it to be flipped. How do I unflip this shit? I didn't. Okay, unflipping you. Yeah. Oh my days. Unflipping you. Okay. Okay. Okay, wait, so I was talking about the unbu and root, right? Okay, so who was yeah, I'm not sure if Itachi was in Anbu or root, but basically it was by their orders that they actually defected from the village, massacred their entire clan, and went on to join Akatsuki and give reports once in a while. Okay, so Akatsuki is like this outsider faction of nins that had defected from their personal villages. So they can be from all villages, Kirigakure, Sunagakure, etc, etc. By the way, each nation has like their own hidden shinobi village, right? Under the 5 elements, which is fire, wind, water. I think the last one is lightning and earth. Yeah, lightning and earth. Okay, so lightning and earth, right? So they have hidden village of the sand, that's wind. Hidden leaf is fire. I forgot earth had what. Sorry, earth. I don't, yeah. Water had rain, lightning had clouds or thunder. I forgot. Yeah, but yeah. It's after each of the different chakra elements that you can have. Sasuke's ones. You know what? I'm gonna give up on the umamusume. This is just like this is just me talking about this shit now while drawing. Okay, so Sasuke's ones are fire and lightning. Me when I don't know the characters. Okay, and Naruto's one is wind. Yeah, which is how he actually creates this wind shuriken, which is like Rasengan but plus a shuriken of condensed energy of wind, right? Is yeah. Yeah, but he had to stop using it because it was too destructive, and it said he could only use it a limited amount of time before he practically incapacitated his arm or whatever. I don't know. Okay, so basically win, and basically everyone was like, oh my days, because literally in the show, right, he was like, oh, I have wind, and people and everyone was like, oh, lightning is a bad match against wind, but Naruto, his brain was like, oh, wind, it fans the fire, yeah, and I was like, okay man, whatever you say, man, you delusional, okay man. Okay, yeah. Okay, so back to Kakashi, right? So after that mission, Obito dies in front of him. He gets the Sharingan. Rin uses her medical ninjutsu to like do the eye transplant. And after that, Obito's last parting words were actually, those who abandon their mission are scum, but those who abandon their nakama are worse than scum. Yeah. And he ends up living his like entire life values by this, right? Afterwards, and so him and Rin survive. Boom, years later with Rin. Right? Kakashi's signature thing is like this thing called Chidori, by the way. So he has his hand here, right? And then boom, lightning chakra everywhere. In fact, the reason why Sasuke has lightning chakra in the first place, besides, like, other than his natural affinity being fire, because this is the Uchiha clan specialty, by the way, and their clan crest is actually a fan. Wind. Whoa. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is the Chidori, right? And like he here with his messy ass hair. Yeah. Yeah, okay. And so he is like, how many minutes do I have? 1. Okay. I'm just gonna rant from here. I'm just gonna yap from here. And so he is on the mission, right, where they actually take the Jinchuriki of a different village and input it into Rin. Okay? And they are like, we threaten her life with this. Okay, if you do something will happen, and the beast will be let loose, and everything will go to shit, and it will be all your fault, and you will have failed the mission. And Rin like does not want to see any more deaths. So while this dude here is preparing to Chidori like the opponent, she jumps in front of him, and so he literally chidoris like through her freaking ass heart, and Obito, who had secretly survived, comes over right to like a nearby bush, and he manages to come in just at that moment where he sees Kakashi chidoriing Rin, and Obito also had like the biggest ass crush on Rin like ever in ever, and after that he was like, oh, I hate you, Kakashi, and then he joins the Akatsuki and turns evil. Boom! And so Kakashi, he loses his only dad, he loses his friend, he changes his entire values, he loses his other friend, he joins the Anbu. I don't know if he was in Root. Anbu is like low-key horrible because they low-key gaslight you, bro. They're like, okay, if you are working under Danzo and you're in Root, I believe they gaslight you into be like you, like all of your misfortune is cause the government didn't do shit. The government in this case being the Hokage, like basically how all history propaganda works, okay? Which is why you should work for me. Yes, we care for you. We picked you off the streets. We did this. It was us. You are loyal to me. That type of shit, okay? And so I need to end the stream, but let me just continue this yet. And so he joins the Anbu. He like goes through a lot of trauma. He loses a lot of his emotions. He gets forcibly taken out of the Anbu. They're like, hey, you're not mentally stable enough to work in the FBI. He gets saddled with Team 7 with his mentor's kid in it, a member of the Uchiha clan, the last member of the Uchiha clan after the whole massacre, by the way. And this one girl who is called Sakura, who goes to be a medical nin, who probably reminds him too much of Rin. But before that, his mentor dies on the day of Naruto's birth as well. So he has practically lost basically everyone. Which is how there's this one time where Uchiha Sasuke was like about to flee the village. Kakashi like trapped him and gave him a dressing down and was like, and Sasuke was like, how would you feel if I went and killed everyone you cared about? And bro was like, there's literally no one else. And I was like, no, Kakashi, no, fudge. Why? He's so sad and depressed. He needs therapy. He doesn't get therapy. No one gets therapy in this stupid show. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me while I drew like one person, yapped about Naruto, yapped about my life, yapped about way too many things to be concise in any sense or form. Did this? Nova's so fugly. It did this as well. Thank you so much for joining me. Goodbye now. How do I... Bye. Yeah.